and perfect of all the innumerable various-formed exterior coatings of the three-brained beings in all our great universe, and all our now existing angels, archangels, and most of the sacred individuals nearest to our common Father Endlessness, arise just upon this marvelous planet. The transformation through them of the cosmic substances required for the common cosmic trogo-autoegocratic process, according to the sacred law of Heptapara, proceeds on these same principles on which it proceeds through our common presences and also through the presences of your favorites, the three-brained beings breeding on the planet Earth. For the continuation of their species alone does this sacred law effect its completing process through three kinds of beings. Wherefore, such three-brained beings are called triakarkromnian. Separately, however, just as among us beings of different sexes are called activus and passivus, or are called on your planet man and woman, so there on the planet Modikteo, they call the beings of the different sexes Martna, Spirna, and Okina. And although externally they are all alike, yet in their inner construction they are very different from each other. The process of the continuation of their species proceeds among them in the following manner. All three beings of different sexes simultaneously receive the sacred El Moano, or as your favorites say, conception, through a special action. And for a certain period they exist with this sacred El Moano, or conception, apart from one another, entirely independently. But each of them exists with very definite intentional perceptions and conscious manifestations. And later, when the time approaches for the manifestation of the results of these conceptions, or when, as your favorites say, the time of birth approaches, there becomes evident in all these three uncommon beings, as it is called an aklonoatistichian longing for each other, or as your favorites would say, there appears in them a physico-organic attraction, and the nearer the time of this being manifestation or birth approaches, the more they press close to each other and ultimately almost grow onto each other. And thereupon, at one and the same time, they actualize in a certain way these conceptions of theirs. And so, during their actualization of their conceptions, all these three conceptions merge one with another, and in this way there appears in our megalocosmos a new three-brained being of such an uncommon construction. And three-centered beings of this kind are ideal in our megalocosmos because at their very arising they already have all the being bodies. And they have all three being bodies because the producers of such a being, namely Martna, Spirna, and Okina, each separately conceives the arising of one of the three being bodies. And owing to their special corresponding being existences, they aid the sacred Heptapara to form the given being body in themselves to perfection, and afterwards, at the moment of appearance, merge it with the other bodies into one. Note, by the way, my boy, that the beings arising on that incomparable and marvelous planet have no need, like the three-brained beings arising on ordinary planets of our megalocosmos, to coat their higher being bodies with the help of those factors which our Creator designed as means of perfecting, namely those factors which we now call conscious labors and intentional suffering. Now, my boy, to continue the further, more detailed elucidation concerning the process of the transformation of cosmic substances through beings in general, we shall take as an elucidatory example the common presences of your favorites. Although the process of the transformation of substances for the continuation of the species by means of us or by means of the common presences of your favorites does not proceed exactly as it proceeded in the first tetartocosmoses who were transformed into beings. Nevertheless, we shall take them as an example, since the process itself of the transformation of cosmic substances for the needs of the most great common cosmic trogoauto-egocrat proceeds through their common presences, exactly as it proceeded through the first tetartocosmoses. At the same time, you will acquire information concerning several other small details of the strange particularities of their psyche, and also gain information relating to how they in general understand, or how they regard their being duty, in the sense of serving the common cosmic process of Iran-Iran-Yumanj, destroying for the beatification of their own belly every kind of law conformable foreseeing actualization for the welfare of the whole megalocosmos. As for those particularities of the transformation of cosmic substances, thanks to which the continuation of the species of different beings at the present time proceeds differently, for the present I will say only this, that the cause depends on the place of concentration of the sacred Ashaki Protoehari, i.e., on the place of concentration of those cosmic substances which are the results of the last stopinder in the common cosmic Anzan Baluazar. Now, my boy, I shall begin by repeating. All your favorites, even the contemporary, are, like us, and like all the other three-centered beings of our megalocosmos, such apparatuses for the great cosmic trogoauto-egocrat, just as the tetartocosmoses were, from whom arose the first ancestors of the now existing beings, as well as the beings now existing everywhere. And through each of them, the cosmic substances arising in all 7 stopinders of the sacred Heptaparapashanoch could be transformed, and all of them, again even the contemporary, besides serving as apparatuses for the most great cosmic trogoauto-egocrat, could have all possibilities for absorbing from those cosmic substances which are transformed through them what is corresponding for the coding and for the perfecting in them of both higher being bodies. Because each three-brained being arisen on this planet of yours represents in himself also in all respects, just as every three-brained being in all our universe, an exact similarity of the whole megalocosmos. The difference between each of them and our common great megalocosmos is only in scale. Here you should know that your contemporary favorites very often use a notion taken by them from somewhere. I do not know whether instinctively, emotionally, or automatically, and expressed by them in the following words: we are the images of God. These unfortunates do not even suspect that of everything known to most of them concerning cosmic truths, this expression of theirs is the only true one of them all. And indeed, each of them is the image of God, not of that God which they have in their bobtailed pictures, but of the real God, but which word we sometimes still call our common megalocosmos. Each of them, to the smallest detail, is exactly similar, but of course in miniature, to the whole of our megalocosmos, and each of them there are all of those separate functionings, which in our common megalocosmos actualize the cosmic harmonious Iranu-Ranu-Maj, or exchange of substances, maintaining the existence of everything existing in the megalocosmos as one whole. This same expression of theirs, "We are the images of God," can here serve us as a very good additional illustration in explanation of how far what is called perceptible logic, or as it is sometimes still said, Alnofnian mentation, is already distorted in them.